Lukas, first question. Childs?
Well, it's getting tougher because we're getting larger fields and there's prep races leading up to these classics are so much tougher now. Back in the 50s and so forth, when it was 8 and 9 head in the Derby and so forth, it wasn't so hard to maybe come in. Well, in all fairness to the horses that were in the Derby, they came off a hard 20-horse field in the off-going, and then to come back here in 2 weeks, that makes it tougher. If they could have run in 6 or 8, head fields or 10-horse fields in the Derby and then rolled in here, it makes it a lot easier. So it's going to be tougher all the time. What time was that? Well, I left it up to Gary, and let me say this. I think I got a Hall of Fame ride. I think that we can plan this thing, we can talk about it, we can talk about strategy, but once that gate's open, they have to make decisions. Gary made some great ones, Rick. He really, I told him, I said, if you get on the lead, get into that cruising speed and just let it happen. And actually, we thought that maybe that Golden Sense and a couple of those other horses might show a little bit more speed and we would not inherit the lead as easy as we did today. But Gary was smart enough. When he threw up the 113 and change, I knew we were in pretty good shape. You never are totally confident, but I thought the way this horse cruises and the way he gets into stride, you could see how relaxed and how easy he was getting over that ground down the backside. I said, this isn't over by a long shot. We're going to be tough. I'm very confident. I thought he had the best day of the spring yesterday. The gallop boy that gallops him all the time was on him the same, and I said, you know what, I thought that was the best he ever looked. He just seemed like he was in the zone, relaxed, got over the track. He can get aggressive in the morning. He's not an easy horse to train at all. He's so aggressive, you think you're doing too much every single day with him. But the good ones sometimes, do that.
Guys, I'm going to have to repeat the question, too, for everybody upstairs. So,
yes.
Neither you nor Gary were happy with his ride at the Arkansas Derby. What did he learn from that, and how did he apply it?
the question is whether...
Again...
Go ahead. Sorry, Wayne. The question is, neither Gary nor Wayne were happy with the ride in the Arkansas Derby. What has happened since then?
Well, in all fairness to Gary, this horse is very difficult to ride unless you've been on him and you get to read him a little bit. And when he got in the Arkansas Derby, of course, he got wide, and Gary, rightly so, thought we were going to be way out there, and so he took a hold of him. When he took a hold of him, this horse, he just doesn't want that. He wants to be left alone. So we learned so much from that. So you never know in racing. Gary learned from it. The horse, I learned about the horse. I learned a little bit more about training him, and that race may have made it a lot better for us to go into the Kentucky Derby, and certainly today.
Jerry?
Wayne, is there any way to compare this one to the previous 5 wins? It's sweeter, but it's been a while.
Question, is there any way, Wayne, to compare this one to the other 5?
They're all special because they were all with a different client. That's the thing. The key to, if you're training horses, try to win one every once in a while for a new guy. We got a new guy in Brad Kelly at Calumet, and that's just the good economics of it. You give that guy that special moment to stand up there with his daughter, Erin, to know that he was watching at home and put Calumet, who we all know that name, back on the front pages of the racing publications is very special. I'm so happy for him just to have the opportunity to represent him.
Charles?
Did you get a sense of what happened before? Did you expect him to make a charge at the end, and he just didn't?
The question is, did you expect Orb to make a charge at the end and he just didn't? Or did you just outrun him?
I really did. I made a comment to some of my colleagues. I said, if Orb gets clear on the outside at the half-mile pole, in fact, I told the lieutenant governor that right before the race. I said, I don't think anybody can beat him before the race. I thought that he would come. When Gary turned the corner and we got that little bit of spurt on the lead change, then I got to feeling pretty comfortable. And of course, I'm not watching Orb at that point. I'm trying to find Will Take Charge and Titletown 5 and see how this thing's unfolding. After they, hit the 3/16 pole, I only watched one.
Yes. Wayne, it's been a while since you won a Triple Crown race. What does that feel like?
Well, people ask me that, you guys have been asking me that all week, and I never thought I left, but maybe I did. The thing about it is you get up every day and you look for that one that you maybe can do something, but as long as we got something to work with, we're going to be around. I think that we're not through by a long way here. I just feel like I can get up and maybe get another one someplace down the line. But that's what makes it so interesting, that you have to have a passion for it. It's not a 9-to-5 job. And is this a bad, listen what happened. I run last in the first horse I started. The second one doesn't even finish the race. How's that to start your day? Then all of a sudden I win a grass race, and then I win the Preakness. What a roller coaster. I mean, that's the nature of our game.
Anyone else? And then we'll try to go upstairs.
Bill.
Yes, sir.
Baffert said he thought this was awesome and he'd appreciate it more than even your first one.
The question is, Bob Baffert, did you hear the question? I think we all heard it on the air, too.
What? I'm sure.
Repeat that? Can you repeat the question?
Baffert thought that you would appreciate this one more than your first one.
Yeah, Bob Baffert thought you would appreciate this one more than your first one. Do you?
Yes, definitely. At 77, I do. Yes. The first one, I thought I was going to win quite a few more. I ran the first classic I ever run in was Codex right here, and we won it. And I told my son, I said, this is no big deal. We'll win a bunch of these. And then I went about 10 years or something before I got another one. But Bob's a good friend, and it meant a lot to me to have him come down, all the way down from where he was, and congratulate me. And I called him this week at home, and he was on the fence. Maybe he would even run here. And I said, Bob, get on an airplane, come back. It won't be the same without you. You need to be here. We'll have some fun. So what does he do? He comes back, wins the Black-Eyed Susan, wins the sprint. He didn't get this one, but he had a hell of a day.
There's a question from upstairs, Wayne, wondering if you're going to go to the Belmont.
Well, without seeing, one of the things that really Gary and I were talking about that really impressed us is that he was not even blowing when he walked in the winner's circle. You guys are pretty astute. I don't know if you noticed that, but he didn't hardly turn a hair, and he showed no stress lines whatsoever, nothing. So a mile and a half, Frank Stronach says he can run that far. Of course, he owns the sire. But, I mean, we haven't got the chance to cool him out yet, and I've got to talk to Mr. Kelly. But you know me, I like to rack them up in the big events, so I'll probably go.
Any more from down here? There's one more from upstairs. Your travel plans. Your travel plans.
My travel plans at 4:30 tomorrow morning. If you want to get up and watch him load on that van, he'll be on it. And my truck driver and I will get in that big old truck, and we'll head down the road. We'll make about 2 windy stops on the way, and we'll be in Louisville, Kentucky by 5:36 tomorrow night.
One more question from up here. The question is, I know you want to win more of these, but how complete now do you think your Hall of Fame Triple Crown career is?
Well, I enjoy it so much. I don't wake up every day trying to prove I can train a racehorse anymore. When you're younger, you keep trying to prove yourself in this industry. But at this point in my career, I'm very comfortable where we're at. And I don't wake up and say, gosh, I got to prove to somebody, prove to you all that I can train a racehorse. I do it for the personal satisfaction of working with the horses and developing some young assistants. We still got some guys coming through the ranks. And it's just a wonderful lifestyle. I mean, where in the hell can you get paid to ride out there? I ride out on my saddle horse in the beautiful weather, 4 hours a morning, go to the turf club, have lunch, deal with great people. What? I mean, is this a great country or what?
One more question from upstairs as well, Wayne. You broke the record for most Triple Crown wins, I believe, today with 14. How does that make you feel?
Well, I shared that record with a very special man in this industry, in Sonny Fitzsimmons. And if I never broke it, I was proud of that. I know he meant so much to the thoroughbred industry. I never knew him personally, but I thought that was something I'm really proud of. I don't have it documented anywhere. You guys reminded me of it all week. I just felt maybe we'd win another one, but to get it done, it's probably going to be on Trivia Pursuit in about 5 minutes, but that's it.
The last thing you said at the alibi the other day was, when you were talking to us, was, I think we're going to get another one.
Yeah,
You got it.
but I didn't know if it was Saturday.
Hey, Jenny Reese from upstairs. Jenny Reese was wondering, and the whole press corps was wondering, can you delay the departure time from 4:30 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. tomorrow?
Some of us in this great nation get up and get after it in the morning. Others sleep in.
And one more question from down here.
I get young guys that say, I'll do anything. I just want to be a part of it. I'll clean stalls. I'll walk hots. I'll get up in the morning. I'll be there. And I look them right in the eye and I say, we're going to test you on that. And I would say they have to have a passion for it. It's not a 9-to-5 job. I think the most important thing is to have a complete, unquestionable passion for the industry and what you want to do. Then I tell them, don't get married. You can't have a trainer's license or a marriage license. You can have one or the other, but not both at the same time. And then just dedicate yourself completely to the game. And it'll probably, if you work, it'll probably come. Treat your owners good. They'll get you the horses.
Anyone else? Wayne, thank you.
You guys have been great all week. I really appreciate you very much. Thank you. Any superlatives you'd like to use on Oxbow, just feel free.